Now, it should be no surprise that The Quest for the Mcrib is one of the highest rated shows of all time. It rivals other popular shows such as Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, The Boys, even Brother Francis. Even though the show is a year old, it is still incredibly relevant. With this year, it has grossed over $100 Mcrib billion bucks. But what most fans won't realize, and what the Nubz or any of his numerous affiliates won't tell you, is that there is much more than what meets the eye when you watch this series. Currently, the rating of the show is PG, but I believe, and you will too, it should be upgraded to an R. So, without further exposition, let us dive into this iceberg of horror.
Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite part.
I will not be covering all the topics as I don't want to. The manager is a family man. We will begin with most recognizable theory, which this isn't really a theory. I don't know who came up with this. It's actually pretty stupid. It's a fact. The character, the manager, played by Dominic2242, is a family guy throughout the show. You can catch glimpses of the manager talking to himself, how he needs to feed his family. Many fans favor this character as he is the most relatable to them. Teleportation. In the first couple episodes, the use of teleportation is portrayed. Now, this is pretty crazy, as I don't know if you've noticed, but teleportation isn't real. Could the teleporters be secret technology used only by McDonald's, not given to the public? As if it was, they would not make nearly as much money from their main profit of burgers, and in turn lose more money because the price of a teleporter may be a little high, higher than any of its other products, but the teleporters don't break, they don't go bad. You buy one teleporter, you don't need another. Is this more proof that McDonald's supports planned obsolescence? Why are they destroying the McRibs? It is never shown in the series why they are destroying the McRibs. In fact, when the manager checks the factory, does he not proclaim, "There's no reason for this"? Could this be a reference to how the McRib is one of the most loved McDonald's items, but it is not a permanent item? Could this be telling us that the McRibs are secretly poisonous, but if they were let on the menu too long, the public would find out quicker? My theory is that the Nubz was an ex-McDonald's executive who knew about this. He knew about all the dirty little deeds McDonald's gets up to, so he made this series to expose them. Or is he secretly still an executive? Rebels and workers. At first glance, this entry seems confusing, but it brings attention to an even more confusing aspect of the show. Through episodes 1 to 4, the characters are few, with around 5 members on each team. This drastically changes on the 5th episode. All of a sudden, the small crews of each team gets expanded. Yeah, that's pretty odd to me. My theory is that there's a long-lasting feud between McDonald's and an unnamed organization. The rebels seem to just start off as a little group, but they begin to get more trinkets, like the McRib bunker and the McRib mobile. At the 5th episode, the rebels even get their own personal plane and a few paratroopers to deploy. I don't know. What do you think? The show is from the perspective of Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, or Acer, or Azure Rogue Bucket, whatever you want to call him, is obviously the main character of the show. He is the one that begins all of the madness presented. But this theory states that the events of the Quest for the Mcrib may not be the full story, and that it might possibly be a recounting of Nuh-uh's memory as he dies. This theory's evidence is that in the show, the last 3 episodes have a good segment of flashbacks. You know, half of some of the episodes are just flashbacks. Could this be his brain stuttering and mixing up his memories? Honestly, this theory's pretty bad. Death of the Mcrib God is an allegory of the end times. The death of the Mcrib God was a very somber moment of the show. He was killed by the rebels and workers uniting two forces working against each other to work against him. And as he died, it made you reflect on all of the chaos that you could argue was brought by him. So, could have Nubz meant for his death to be an allegory for the biblical end times? The end times start with madness, despair, overall chaos, but when the end times are finished, there will be eternal peace. This is similar to what we see as the Mcrib god is defeated. He brings about peace between the two sides. The quest for the Mcrib is a McDonald's commercial. This is by far the most controversial theory about the Mcrib series. I don't know if I'm safe even including this one, so please like and subscribe, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to post after this. Anyway, this is by far the most controversial theory about the Mcrib series. The theory itself has left many unable to sleep. The theory suggests that the show may just be a marketing tool. You may ask, how is it a commercial if the Mcrib is supposed to be gone? Well, as I've stated, the Mcrib has been one of the most popular McDonald's items of all time. So, why would they get rid of it? Maybe they wouldn't. I think that now that the show has earned over 100 Mcrib billion bucks and is at its peak, McDonald's will put the Mcrib back on its menus and earn more money than any corporation in history. That is the complete iceberg. Thank you for watching. Go watch The Quest for the Mcrib if you haven't. It is a great show. Please spam hate comments in the Nubz comment section.
This guy used to make good content.